Super Mario Rocket Propelled Grenade. What a classic. Looking back, it makes sense that the first role-playing adventure game set in the Super Mario universe was developed by Squaresoft. After all, in the 90s, Squaresoft were the absolute best of the best when it came to producing RPGs, especially on the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy IV and VI, Chrono Trigger, Front Mission, Secret of Mana, these developers could do no wrong. So when it came time to create an RPG based on Mario, it was a no-brainer to hire this team. Why there had to be a turn-based, combat-led, story-driven role-playing game for the Super Mario franchise, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll take it. And with Square, the RPG masters at the helm of it? Sure, give that project the greenest of lights. This is all before Squaresoft merged with Enix and became Square Enix, and subsequently became allergic to finishing their games at a reasonable pace. This deep connection to Square seemed to be the main reason why the SNES original hadn't been touched since 1996, likely with rights to characters and music being tied up in annoying contracts that Nintendo clearly had no time for. Screw it, we'll do our own Mario RPG game where he's made out of paper. Why is he made of paper? Because, I don't know, sniveling intern, why don't you get out of my office? Eventually though, nearing the end of the Nintendo Switch hardware run, Nintendo randomly decided that they actually like Mario RPGs again, and worked with Square Enix to properly modernize Super Mario RPG. And boy, was this a game in serious need of being introduced to a whole new generation of players. The game is a straight up banger, and has aged miraculously well, despite how intentionally bizarre it clearly intends to be. If you're not familiar, Super Mario RPG stars resident New Yorker Super Mario, shocking, I know, as he assembles a team of a silly cloud, a toy doll with machine gun arms, a monarch, and his mortal enemy, who is also a monarch, to take down a new evil force that threatens the hopes and dreams of the land. Yes, literal childhood wishes are on the line, as the Star Road has been broken by the Smithy Gang, and everyone knows that the Star Road is clearly needed for wishes to come true. I mean, this is basic grade 2 education right here. And as per usual, an Italian plumber and his frankly strange friends are the only ones who can make it all right again. Guided by old frogs, moles, toy people, and cosmic forces beyond human comprehension, Mario and his expanding team of friends set off on a quest to restore balance through beating the absolute brakes off of anyone who stands in their way. No, it's not the deepest subject matter, but it certainly is one of the most endearing, charming, and funny narratives to experience as you make your way from story beat to story beat. And, come on, what were you expecting from a Mario RPG? Not every game can be Super Paper Mario with critiques of religion and philosophical conundrums based on love jam-packed into it. And you can tell it's Square that made the game because guess what? In the story, you need to collect 7 crystals, stars, that are spread out across the world map in order to put an end to Smithy's tyrannical wrath. The only remotely deep thing in the story might be Smithy himself, who, spoilers ahead, is an evil blacksmith who seems to take joy in taking over the world with his monstrously mindless cycle of industrial creation. Perhaps it's some kind of commentary on the relentless production of the modern era, constantly pushing forward in its cruel and twisted modernity, with its only solution to be that it can be defeated with the spirits of childhood dreams, imagination, and wishes guiding the figureheads of the old world. But again, this is Super Mario RPG. I feel like looking deeply into its potential subtext is kinda missing the point of it. It's a chill, cute adventure game made for kids. It's not a grand epic that aims to question moral dilemmas, it's a game where there's a blue Yoshi with cool glasses. But is this 1996 game, which is remade very closely to the original on Switch, mind you, still worth playing? Well, yes. And honestly, even though the 2023 remake is definitely the better option when it comes to various quality of life improvements, new gameplay dynamics, gorgeous graphics and animations, and expanded post-game, even then, the SNES original holds up incredibly well. For now though, let's just focus on the Switch remake. Unlike other Super Mario games, wherein which all you really gotta do to beat up most enemies is jump on their heads 1 to 3 times, Super Mario RPG has turn-based combat, with its own unique twist. Instead of just selecting a move and waiting for an animation to finish, the player is challenged to press the A button in a specific timing pattern in order to inflict extra damage. Heck, if you blow the timed input bad enough, you might just completely miss and waste your turn. This timing-based input system would forever stick with the Mario RPG games following this as long as they had turn-based combat, making the Mario role-playing games feel unique and provide a more active engagement between the player and the gameplay. It wasn't just strategy and cunning that was needed to be effective, it was also rhythm as well. And man, is it mechanically satisfying to learn the precise timing for each weapon and special move, hearing that sweet jingle and seeing a nice starburst graphic behind the number of inflicted damage. If you gotta ignore the extra minigames and other goodies within the game, you'll still almost surely have fun with mastering this combat. While the combat is awesome, the only gripe I have about the gameplay is how movement works in this isometrically designed map. Really almost makes me wish this game was remade for the Nintendo 3DS instead of the Switch, so we could actually get some depth perception. But it's a minor criticism because the rest of the game in terms of design and aesthetics makes it all the worth it and then some. Mario RPG is super linear, with a simplified world map that is easily navigable and makes finding where to go next a breeze. The maps aren't too confusing, and the puzzles are very fun, and not too repetitive at all. You're almost always experiencing something wild and new to entertain yourself with as you embark further on your quest. Each character obviously fulfills a certain role, with Mallow clearly being a magic-based attacker versus Bowser, who is more of a beefy tank who can absorb hits. But if you want, you can decide where characters get their stats most boosted, meaning you could make Princess Peach your most brutal physical attacker and Geno your technical supporter. I don't recommend this route of going against the character's pre-existing strengths, but the freedom to choose that is just another delicious layer of great design. The aesthetics are absolutely insane here, being one of the finest looking Switch games ever released. It makes sense though, as its isometric design and simple gameplay leaves a lot of room for developers to focus on making every pixel of the game look beautiful. The new team attack moves and cutscenes are just too wonderful, with gorgeous fluidity and detail clearly being prioritized. It's not exactly a one-to-one recreation of the original. After all, they decide to make Mario slightly wider and more adorable here. But I mean, I'm here for it regardless. The original did have this quaint marionette-esque look to it, and it's vividly brought to life in the remake, with iconic animations remaining true to form. And with game-unique characters like Mallow, Geno, Booster, and others looking better than ever, it's a real love letter to the legions of dedicated fans who have been clamoring for a remake of this game since as long as YouTube Top 10 SNES game videos have been a thing. The music is absurdly brilliant too, with wonderful new renditions of the original soundtrack lighting up every screen of this pleasant joyride of a game. Shimomura's brilliant rearranged soundtrack captures the spirit of the original while breathing new life into it that matches the new visual beauty. She always comes through with absolutely awesome compositions. Its chill and quirky atmosphere has been painstakingly brought into the modern era in just about every way, and the remake has automatic saving too on top of that. What a godsend! Some complain that the game is too short, but if you try to find every single collectible and perfect every single minigame, you'll be working away at Super Mario RPG for a long time. Yes, you're not dealing with the level of world building and polish that you might find in subsequent Paper Mario and Mario & Luigi RPG games, but you will be getting a true delicacy of a gaming experience that just about everyone should play. There's a reason that everyone and their grandmother's dog has been recommending this game to be played for years before the remake. It's just a fabulously fun, grand adventure. So many funny moments and terrific gameplay opportunities await players of all ages and tastes in Super Mario RPG, so it's clearly worth playing from cover to cover. And especially since it's not absurdly long, it makes for a great replayable journey. And there's plenty of secrets to find too, making it both casual friendly and completionist friendly. Super Mario RPG is most certainly worth playing, and it remains the first and easily one of the best Mario RPGs ever made, and maybe even one of the best overall turn-based RPGs of all time. also, look at these chunky paratroopers. Look at them. I love them so much. That is all. That's it. That's really all I got.